So, did you guys recently see 50 Cent online on his, I believe his Instagram page, where he kind of showed up clean shaven, looking a little bit older, and the internet was acting like, "Oh my God, dude, this is what? Like, is this 50 Cent?" Because he looked visibly older. But here's a real question: why do we treat black aging like it's something to clown instead of something to celebrate? So this is something I want to talk about. In our community, you always hear the phrase, black don't crack. It's meant to be like a compliment, but it carries pressure because the second black does crack, the second age finally shows up, people act like something went wrong. You see it with elder millennials and Generation X, folks in their 40s, folks in their 50s, they're bragging. They got these things nowadays called like age reveals, right? Like, okay, a person will put up something, their kids will put up something, then they'll bring it down and show their age. So it's like we're doing that like we're trying to prove something. And it's like we want to stay forever 21, no pun intended, right? And we want to stay frozen in this time period where it's like, hey, I look younger than the people that are younger than me. And it's like we want to forever stay young, and we want to live in this reality that we create with the right filter, the right makeup, and even this trend with waist beads. So the celebrity culture promotes this, right? The celebrity culture, let's just say the Kim Kardashians, all of the Kardashians, if we're keeping it a buck, right? And Kim Kardashian, she's not black, but her entire brand is built on an illusion of ageless perfection. Whether it's surgery, the stylist that she has, or the heavy editing before she posts a picture. The average person can't keep up with that. Even with AI, you could try, but still. So let's move on. Bobby Brown. In the 80s, he was the R&B sex symbol. Everybody, back in the 80s, he was a man. He was Usher before Usher. He was Chris Brown before Chris Brown. And Bobby Brown set the standard. But now, people look at him and they're like, this dude looks like Cedric the Entertainer. They mock his weight, his face, his age, as if time is never supposed to catch up. Or Stacey Dash, whatever you think about her politics. She was once the beauty standard. Clueless. The music videos back in the day. Magazine covers. Now, people roast her because she's visibly older. Not just her, other people too, but that I won't name. But it's not about Bobby Brown or Stacey Dash. Just think about the icons we never got to see grow old. Michael Jackson, he died at 50. Whitney Houston, she died at 48 years old. Prince, he died at 57 years old. DMX, he died at 50 years old. When you look at it that way, seeing 50 Cent hit 50, showing his age, still working, still thriving, cutting deals, that's not shameful. That's rare. And that's a blessing. And then there's Chadwick Boseman. After Black Panther, he gave us one of his last roles in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom with Viola Davis. But not long after, he was gone. Colon cancer. It took him out at age 43. He was only 43 years old. So this is what stings. Before his death, people mocked his appearance. He lost weight. He looked tired. He looked a little bit older than what people remembered. Folks, they was making like online jokes, even making memes, not realizing he was fighting for his life. So by the time the truth came out, it was already too late. So the bigger issue is we're so obsessed with looks that we shame people for aging or changing without ever stopping to ask, like, whatever, what kind of battles they might be fighting personally. And Bobby Brown is a prime example of that. Like Bobby Brown, he's fought through a lot, addiction, all kinds of stuff. You know, he lost Whitney Houston, he lost his daughter. He went through a lot. But you just see the person, you make jokes. 50 Cent looks older. You know, hey, man, that's 80 Cent, right? Stacey Dash, she shows wrinkles. It's whatever, you know, you clown her. And Chadwick, he didn't even get the chance to grow old. And, you know, we still mocked him. So I think we need to take inventory, because that's just the aesthetic part of it. Because here's the truth. What's the point of looking young on the outside if your body is breaking down on the inside? So keep in mind, in the black community, cancer rates, they're going up. Recently, I think Montel Jordan had got a diagnosis for a cancer or something like that, right? So it's these type of things are even showing up in celebrities. This combined with hypertension, obesity, diabetes, it's everywhere. And a lot of it comes from the way that we cope. You know, we cope with stress, we cope with life, right? We go to fried foods, we go to fast food. Some of us, we smoke cigarettes, we smoke other things, right? We start drinking. We it's that daily liquor store where you stop and you get your beer or you get your hard liquor just to take the edge off. It soothes a moment, but over decades it wears us down. And for black women especially, you know, it's a lot heavier, because so many black women are the head of households, right? Where they have to play multiple roles, whether they have to play mom, they have to play provider, nurturer, everything all at once. And by the time they care for everybody else, there's nothing left for themselves. So what do? They go to comfort food. And comfort food becomes therapy. And when they do lose weight, too often it's vanity driven. Like, oh, I gotta get right for the summer. I gotta have my summer body. Let me get these waist beads, right? Let me get snatched. It's got to be a hot girl summer. And it's not really based on health. It's vanity. It's for the looks. It's not for longevity. In other words, the person who gets in shape for a high school reunion, it's just another performance for the outside world. So that's why mocking Bobby Brown for looking older or clowning 50 Cent for looking a little bit older, it misses a point, because aging, it really isn't failure. It's kind of just a part of survival. If you could make it to your 50s, 60s, even your 70s with all the violence, health disparities, stress from work, whatever, you know, all of these things that are stacked against us, that's not just luck. That's an accomplishment. That's revolutionary if you think about it, because the system it's not really designed for us to live that long, right? That you have data talking about black women are now the obesity among groups, black women are rising as far as the statistics go, right? And the way that things are set up, it's not built for us to have these super duper long lives. So we gotta start flipping the script. You know, instead of clowning these black celebrities for looking a little bit older, we have to honor them. Well, at least while they're still being here, because, and you know, when you're young, you feel like this is gonna last forever, right? But as you age, you start to realize the real gift is to be able to make it to the age of what 50 Cent is, because pretty much every year after that, you start to see people die off in your family, in your personal life, co-workers. People start passing away year by year. So that's a real prize. To actually age and be able to age is a beautiful thing. I like to add that as a child, you think, man, your parents are watching you grow. But really, it's the fact that you are a child watching your parents age. And that's a beautiful thing. It can be scary sometimes because you worry about their health. But at the end of the day, seeing your parents make it to their 70s, see your parents making it to their 80s or 60s or whatever, right? That's a blessing, because not everybody gets to see their parents age, right? They may have lost their parents young. So this is a very deep message. And I'm out, man. What do you guys think? I want you guys to drop a comment. And if you made it this far to the video, comment forever young. And I'm out. Peace.